Welcome back to the Root Network. We're glad that you're with us on today. We're going to be talking about charting the course, pursuing your passion as a single mom. So join Kara and our special guest as we dive into the word as it relates to this topic.
Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kara Anderson. I'm the media director here at World Changers Church Houston. As Pastor Archie has introduced us in the segment that we're talking about today, I have another mother here. We're going to discuss pursuing our passions as single moms. Kathy, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just let them know who you are and how long you've been a part of the ministry and anything you do for the ministry?
Yeah, actually, I started off in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, at one of the satellite churches in Norcross. Back in 2014, when I started attending there. Stayed there throughout the entire time that I was there. In 2017, though, through a divorce, I moved to Houston. So I was really excited when I found out that they had a satellite church here in Houston. And at that point, I had to decide, okay, well, divorce or stay. And to make the decision was to divorce is because of all of this, the trying to be a good Christian, godly woman, and you try to mentorship from other women, and they're throwing out all these scriptures to say, oh, well, God hates divorce, so doesn't want divorce. Your body is not yours, it's his, or have a quiet spirit, have a quiet spirit and it won't. And I lived on these certain scriptures that women were giving to me on a legalistic view. Say, oh, well, it must be a one size fit all. Just believe that and it'll be all good,
Yeah.
But again, the obstacles in our marriage, those scriptures did not fit for us because both in a place where we were spiritually sound minded and a real hardcore relationship with God, where he's actually speaking to us and saying, this is what my word actually says about your situations. Right. So, I, at that point, said, okay, God, I'm at this crossroads. What do I want to do? And he said, you have to make a decision, but whatever decision you make, I will give you the grace in that, whether you stay or whether you decide to leave. And at that, I had to leave. I didn't want to. It was hard because there was guilt, there was shame, there was uncertainty. I'm going to be a single mom with 2 kids. I was at home mom. How was I going to get back into the working world, and provide for my kids the lifestyle that they had prior to making this decision? I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, God. But that was me walking out, believing and trusting God that you're my provider. You're going to provide everything that, even though I'm making this tough decision to leave the marriage based on biblical principles. And sure enough, I just remember I was packing things, I was putting them in boxes, I was taking things off my hanger, suitcases, and I'm in my closet just going, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be walking away from a marriage. Why am I doing it? Why can't I just put this stuff back on the shelf, back in my drawers, God? Why can't I do this? And I really felt that God was just gently put his hand on my back to say, you're okay. Just keep going. So when I finally made the decision to leave and moved here to Houston, I moved here because this is where my support system was. All my family was here. And this is where we were prior to, leaving on our marriage journey. So I came back here, and the provision that God gave me was just amazing. It's true, just him showing, I got your back. I got you. Just keep believing, focusing on me and putting your eyes on me. I've got everything for you. And so he brought me to the church. It was good for my son as well. The youth ministry there just really grew him and nursed, because he was going through his own things during the divorce process. My girl was going through her things. And so the church became such a blessing. It also, the provision part, when I was forced to move into an apartment with no support or anything like that. I was put in the position to have to move to an apartment, and I didn't feel like I was ready. But, I went to the church, and it came out. It wasn't supposed to come out because I had like this pride thing going, I don't need nobody's help, but it came out somehow through pastor. And she was like, we're here for you. We're the family that you need right now during this tough season for you. And everything just came into place. Things were provided for me, but not only things that I needed, but I almost felt like God was placing everything to say, I got you covered even in the things that you want. And so he covered me in so many areas of just providing. And ever since then, it's just been this journey of being single and, trying to provide for my kids and be there for my kids and on every level.
Yeah.
Without giving up too much, for them as well.
That's tough because it's like, you have to care for yourself, right? During that process, you have to make sure that mentally you're able to be full enough with the things that your kids need from you so that you can continue to pour into them on a consistent basis. And so you kind of have to save face. And I like what you said when you were just like, we try to put up this tough facade in this space because we're just like, no, I'm a strong woman. I'm going to get through this. Me and God, we got this taken care of. And then, he places us around people who use their power, their ability, and their influence to help us. And so we don't even realize that like being vulnerable is when all of the blessings begin to flow in and we can really see God's love because we're opening up and we're like, okay,
yeah,
this is me, God, arms wide open. I surrender everything in me so that you can just do amazing things. And so talk about and we'll get to the whole pursuing passions. I'm interested in seeing how the book writing started and things like that, but walk me through, so after that and taking care of yourself first and mentally and things like that, how did you get through the forgiveness process, right? Forgiving yourself, forgiving him, to just be able to move forward and just say, okay, God, my 100% trust is in you. So I know going forward, there are some things that I have to let go of. How easy was that for you? And how did you get through that?
Yeah, it was not easy at all. Cause like I said, you've got this guilt and the shame, cause, oh my gosh, I'm not doing what, you believe, God, of course, So I got through that by me understanding the third book, actually, that the title is Us Against the World, God Hates Divorce, but Loves You More. And what God was trying to show me in that season is like, I love you so much more than you trying to hold on to the institution of a marriage that wasn't of me to begin with.
Wow.
And, so it was just a hard place for me to really accept that and grasp that, because I just felt like, God, I'm failing you. I failed you. Marriage is a big deal to you. You from the beginning of time, that is something you put that was important, so I failed you in a sense, but God is like, no, you're not failing me. I just want you. I just want a relationship with you. But before we continue this relationship, I need you to see some things about you that you have to get through, that you have to be healed in. And so what eventually got me through that process is before every Sunday coming to the church, I would pass this other church and it would have this big sign and it would say divorce care. And, Holy Spirit's nudging, go to this. And I'm like, I don't want to go to that. I don't need that. I don't want, I'm thinking if I go in there, all they're going to tell me is you need to go back to your marriage because divorce is not what God wants. And I didn't want to hear that, so I never went, but I kept going past this sign. And finally I gave in and I said, okay, well, let me just go see what this is about. And I was at the latter part, because it's a 13-week class. I was at the latter part of the class, and immediately I could feel God speaking to me and just saying, this is what I'm trying to tell you the whole time. My relationship with you is just so much more important than everything that you were trying to hold on to legalistically and everything that you're ashamed of. And, you know, you don't understand the importance of my relationship with just you.
Thank you so much for watching the Root Network with us on today. We're so glad to be able to share how to be fruitful from the root to the fruit in every area of your life. Make sure that you like this, that you share this, that you subscribe to this so that you can continue to help us spread this gospel of grace and this ability to be fruitful all over the world. Again, remember, you're victorious, and we thank God for you. We'll see you next time on the Root Network.